You're very welcome back to the Daily Rundown with me, Fiona Fox. AJ Hill and Stephen Armstrong are helping out this evening as well. Now, the RSPCA has been in hot water this week. It took an animal from a family, despite lacking the legal authority to do so, and had it put down without letting the family's children say goodbye. Critics of the charity have come out to say that they are out of touch with the public and increasingly leaning towards the more extreme brand of animal rights activism. The RSPCA has publicly apologised to the Burns family for its actions in taking Claude the cat and for its incorrect decision to prosecute them. This seems like... was it you who was on last week saying you don't like cats?
I mean,
so I say that very cute.
Yeah, I mean, I'm okay with cats, but I sometimes have problems with them. They like to scratch me every now and again. So
you're annoying them.
Probably, yeah.
The RSPCA has been... it's been under the microscope a few times in the last few years because just the various methods, it seems like they're moving away from general animal rights means and approaches and moving towards a kind of extreme, we'll prosecute, we'll get this case, without taking into consideration the animal in the situation. What do you think of this story, Stephen?
From what I know, the story itself doesn't suggest that they had any grounds or the suggestions of why they took the cat away.
Doesn't.
Well, I mean, there was meant to be some animal cruelty that had occurred or animal neglect. I don't actually know what the ins and outs of that,
vague.
but yeah, it's quite vague. This is probably why they don't have the evidence, because whatever it is, it seems quite vague. But the cat was put down.
I think that is. I mean, that's not. It's not good. I mean, I'm not a cat person. I'm a dog person. I would quite proudly exclaim that here, but. It's an animal. It's a sentient being, and they've just decided to kill it for what?
Well, this is the point, though. We don't know why. I mean, my parents had a dog, which was my childhood dog, and that thing. At one point, the doctor was like that. The vet was like, that dog needs to be put down, and my mum was like, no. It's like, well, you're just doing it for you. But that dog lasted another few months. It was like on its last legs, but they kept it alive, and it had some quality of life. But maybe these RSPCA took that decision. This cat's was on its last legs,
or something. Well, they have apologised. This is what this is what I've kind of found interesting as well. I mean, but they were trying to prosecute the family, and this is kind of the point that I think it adds to the previous stories that we've been talking about with the RSPCA. They are going down the road recently, it seems, with just wanting to get those prosecutions, because previously it was so hard to convict or to charge even anybody with animal cruelty. But we're kind of coming around to the idea this is not okay. There have been quite a few cases successfully prosecuted and varying kind of punishments on it. But it seems almost that this is the focal point of them as a charity now, rather than going in and sorting out a situation where an animal is being mistreated or not.
Yeah, I think that they should be looking to support. And it does seem to be, if they're being these heavy-handed kind of, it just seems.
One of the articles said the thing that I think about this is one of the articles said, are they biting off more than they can chew? Like, animal welfare is not a dog chew toy. It's a serious issue. Now, recently, I signed a petition to increase the sentences of two gentlemen called Daniel and Andrew Franken. These two gentlemen abused a puppy, a bulldog,
right.
And I've seen the footage of it, and it's horrifying. It's one of the most horrifying things I've ever seen. Going back to what you were saying about footage that's out there, this is one of the things that I saw it, and I had tears in my eyes. It was dreadful. And those gentlemen have been they're not gentle at all. Those men have had a 6-month suspended sentence, I believe, and they've got a curfew. So to say the RSPCA aren't sorting out these men people who are doing terrible things, yes, they might sometimes get it wrong, but they are on the front line of protecting animals and animal welfare. It's not like PETA, who are protesting and who do illegal activities to protect animal welfare. I know that they do occasionally do that and have been implicated in certain things. Not everything that PETA do is bad, I'll just put that out there. But with the RSPCA, they do go through the legal channels all the time. They're on these things, and yes, they probably will get some things wrong, but then the police sometimes get things wrong, and we need the police there.
Yeah. I guess it's because the criticism comes from maybe the fact that it seems as though they might be spending an awful lot of time and an awful lot of money as well. If you donate to a charity, you want to feel like this is where your money goes, but obviously that's not how it works. But I guess this is maybe where the criticism is coming from, unfairly maybe.
Yeah, and I think that they the idea that they didn't even let the children say goodbye to the pet, that's pressing an emotional button that we don't need pressing. The idea that, the use of the RSPCA biting off more than they can chew, it just seems, as you say, that it's a nice soundbite or a tagline. But yeah, I think that if we were to say just based on this one case at the RSPCA you should not be prosecuting, then no, as AJ said, you're going to make mistakes. I still remember what Michael Vick got up to in the American football player who was sent to prison for dogfighting in America. There is I've not seen this video, but there is a video of a person who feeds who feeds one to and it's just horrific. And these things just are not.
Even looking at it from a very human-centric point of view, people who abuse animals are more likely to hurt other humans as well. So it's very important that as a society we say this is not tolerable because it can have knock-on effects. There was a study done in America where 70% of violent offenders also harmed and abused animals, and a high degree of serial killers started out.
It's part of McDonald's. It's part of the triad of within serial killers of animal cruelty, setting fires, and of bedwetting. It seems to be the three main things. So that animal cruelty does seem to be, and I think that if you can be cruel to an animal, then there's not a massive step to I think that it's.
So we're not withholding the RSPCA donations yet.
Oh goodness, no. You keep
let's finish up with some Bafta chat. Nominations are out for the Bafta TV Awards, and Adele has proved that she's actually everywhere, as she's nominated for her BBC Music special that she did with Graham Norton. Oscar winner Mark Rylance is facing competition from Luther star Idris Elba in the bid to be named Best Leading Actor. And the shows with the most nominations include Wolf Hall, Peter Kay's Car Share, and This Is England 90. No nominations for the Daily Rundown just yet, but sure, we'll survive. Anything jump out at you guys for this year's nominations? This Is England 90. Did you watch that?
I didn't, unfortunately.
Highly anticipated.
I did watch the England 90. I thought it was very good. I like the Netflix series Narcos has also been nominated.
Yeah, that's up there as well.
That was up there as well. I think that I think Ciarán McCallan has been nominated for his first TV BAFTA.
He has.
For a role that was played by Mark Rylance in The Theatre, I believe. And I hope Toby Jones wins for The Detectorists, because I thought that was a very good show with himself and Mackenzie Crook in it. I have not seen all of the PTK Car Share series.
You've only dipped in, haven't you? And AJ, you haven't seen it, so...
Yeah, I'm not a fan of PTK, sorry folks.
I'm a massive fan of that. I just felt that was... And it was hugely popular as well at the time. I think it must be this time, I'm sure they released it over Easter weekend, actually, last year, I think. So himself, he's nominated, Sean Gibson is nominated, and the series itself is nominated as well. So it's quite successful. It's a bit of a move away from... his kind of stand-ups of quite heartwarming.
It is indeed.
Go home and watch it is what I'm saying, AJ.
Oh, okay.
Go home and watch
I will
it.
do. I mean, I'm glad that Idris Elba's up for a nomination, because I love...
Because he's gorgeous.
He is gorgeous. He's a very handsome man, but also I loved him in Luther. I was like, oh, Alice, what you doing? You can't do that. You can't be hurting people, Alice. That whole moody thing where he's just walking around going, oh, I'm a bloke and I'm angry and moody. It was brilliant. I think Mark Rylance it just seems to be harking back to the time. I like the fact that he didn't go to the Oscars because he had a theatre job to do. I just love that. Mark Rylance seems to be harking back to the old, the actors days, of Sir Laurence Olivier, and it seems to be people who really climb inside their roles. I really
you admire that.
Yeah, I really admire that kind of, and the underplayed. He got an Oscar for Bridge of Spies, and hopefully he'll get a BAFTA for Wolf Hall, which sadly I didn't watch.
It's a BAFTA event all the time, though, doesn't it? I mean, I feel like
there's some sort of award show.
Yes, I wonder who
I feel like there's more though that's ramped up a bit.
Yeah, I wonder who Stephen Fry's going to insult this week with with the
Everybody,
yeah,
yeah,
exactly. Yeah, he'll dressed as a snooker table.
Is his Twitter we must check, is his Twitter back up since the last time? He had to delete.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Oh dear.
Yeah, he got into trouble. Anyway,
He called that lady a bag lady, didn't he? But she was a
apparently
friend
she's
of
mate.
his. Yeah.
And to be fair to him, she turned up at the Oscars looking a right state as well.
She looked like the
so.
Mad Max sort of thing. I like that thing at the Oscars.
So that's 8th of May anyway. So you've got a lot of series to catch up on.
Evidently.
Yes.
We're going to go for another break. When I come back, I'm going to be speaking to Stacey Copeland. Don't miss that.